if we look at these two setups here now, okay, now you can see there's certainly an alignment a bit right, okay, in both cases, okay. Going off to the right there just a bit too far. Now that's something you can obviously adjust to. Because of the way you hit the golf ball, that sort of low hooky one, kind of this way, you just aim further and further right. And the further right you aim, the more you stay down, the more you try and get under it, the more the club's going to bottom out somewhere around here, and you either thin it or hit a flat smothery hook, okay? So the feeling we've got to try and have, backswing wise wasn't too bad. As that club now came into the golf ball, you can see at this position here now, that club's a long way behind you, coming in basically from a very acute angle there, trying to smother it. Whereas this one, as the club goes back, okay, club's coming back down, a bit more in front of you. If I go back to where the club's level with your hands there, that's kind of the same position relative to the golf ball in both cases, okay? This now is swinging more that way, on that line, that's swinging out there. So to get the golf ball to go in this direction towards that flag, you've got to roll your hands over, which de-lofts the golf club. The club bottoms out early, as we said, and you tend to thin it. So if we can try and keep our body rotating through, great strike of the ball there, and go through. Watch your head now as you hit the golf ball, go through. There's a good rotation. This one you sort of stay down. Look how awkward and twisted your body looks there when you're trying to swing. That looks a very free movement, both shoulders, hips, foot starting to rotate. This foot sort of stuck back here, this hip still visible, the shoulders going under, your elbows a bit sticking out. And that all kind of transcends with the fact you're trying to stay down. You've tried to cure something with a feeling and a thought that in some ways has made you getting worse. Biggest myth in golf, I'm coming up, I must keep my head down. Well, you want to come up. And if you think about it, the reason why you're topping it is because you're in the ground early. So you're not coming up before the shot, are you? If you were completely missing the ground and swiping over the top of it, potentially I could say yes, you are coming up with your spine or your arms or your hands are lifting. But you've been playing golf long enough, you're a good enough golfer and you know that, to be fair. You're not coming up. If you look at your head there now, there's no lift in your head there at all, is there?
No.
It's just coming from too acute an angle with a de-lofted club. Club's now got to smother, and if your club's aiming there at impact and your body's going over there, that club's very hooded to the path, which then closes the club face, just shoots it out low. So your reasonable strikes just go very low, or you thin it and hook it. Okay, and then the more you get those shots, the more you try to lift it up in the air and try to get the ball higher. Okay, if we can swing that club more acutely down the line, so your angles now are more directly to target, that ball's going to be a lot higher. And that ball there, if we see when it peaked its flight, just about see it up there. Yeah, I mean that got kind of. Where's he gone? Lost him.
Lost it myself.
There he is. There, I can just about see it back there. So it's peaked about. Yeah, it's not too bad. With the 7-9, it's got as high as those trees visually, probably got about 50 foot up in the air, maybe 45. So with the 7-9, as you start putting more speed into that, speed creates backspin, backspin creates lift, ball goes higher. Okay, that kind of makes sense there, I think. Hopefully you can see where you've been trying to cure what you thought was the fault, which is actually the symptom in some ways, and you just got yourself in a bit of a pickle and got worse and worse and worse as a result of that. It's the same way as trying to cure a symptom if you got, the flu. Oh, stop sneezing, stop coughing. That'll cure it. Well, you're not going to cure. You still got the flu or the bronchitis or whatever. So don't try and stay down. Don't keep your head down. Don't constantly think about getting down. If the club works on a better angle, kind of we call more in front of you, so missing this sort of back here somewhere, then you can get the golf club to the ball with a bit more loft. So the feeling is that club's working more in front and down rather than in and around, and almost like a rolling topspin hooky shot you were having. Which is why the ball was then falling out the sky, almost like a topspin lob kind of thing, but with not enough speed to get that ball up in the air.
That's right.
On a driver, teed up, a bit more launch, you get away with it. But iron on the ground.
Well, driving it dead straight down on it every time.
Exactly. And that's the reason why. And that's the difference really in driving to iron. With a driver, it's not expected or accepted, but exiting the club a bit to the right with a driver is okay because the ball's teed up. Exiting to the right is an upward strike. With an iron, you've got to be going around to the left. If you swing the golf club with an iron out this way, you're going to thin it or top it because the ball's on the ground. Drive the ball to the tee back again, so you can swing inside and hit up on the ball with a driver. That's sort of promoted, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's part of the reason why when people kind of say, I'm driving the ball great, irons are rubbish, I kind of know they're going to be too far inside, too flat. If they're the other way round, irons are awesome, can't hit a drive for toffee, probably too steep, too far left. Okay?
Yeah.
Answer a few questions you may have had? Any you may have now?
It is, because when I'm on the sort of fairway and playing, a second or third shot it was, and I use this thing.
The hybrid, That's
That's off the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go dead straight.
Yeah. Different club, different dynamics,
It's,
longer club, bit more weight at the base, whatever it may be.
And it's quite heavy.
Yeah,
that one, yeah.
which will
yeah.
help deflect. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. But I think the thing is, we're not reinventing the wheel or the circle, so to speak.
Right.
We're just changing the direction your circle swings from.
Right.
Your circle swung too far this way. We want to swing it more towards the target, down.
But the follow through.
Yeah.
We're obviously going to turn through to follow
Yeah, exactly.
through.
Yeah. Let your head don't stay down. Yeah, to be fair, when you hit a good one, if we finish there, that's kind of your follow through there. It's okay.
Yeah,
This one here now, when you finished, I mean,
your feet are still flat on the floor.
you can see your hips. It looks a bit more twisted with your legs. There's not much hip turn. It just doesn't look as smooth, and that's when your balance is lost because you've sort of twist the top half. He hasn't come through, and you go whoop, and your foot steps forward to rebalance yourself. Make sense?
It does indeed.
Excellent.
Yeah, I just need to practice.